Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Singapore for live coverage of the Intel Extreme Masters. We're in Singapore once more, 12 months on from our previous event here, where we saw a fantastic final. Of course, potentially Grubby's finest moment in StarCraft 2. We're going to see him again this week in the round of 16, which incidentally is what the next two players are trying to fight their way through to doing. Now, our open bracket has been very competitive. Let's show you the bracket of our second open bracket today. Earlier on, of course, we already saw two players going through. And in our second bracket right now, Curious, having won the upper bracket, is already advancing to the round of 16. And our last game in the bracket is Dream versus EffOrt. The winner of this game will guarantee themselves a spot in the round of 16. The loser, however, also gets a last gasp chance because, unfortunately, our Canadian friend Huck wasn't able to make it this weekend, and at very short notice, we weren't able to replace him. So instead, we've offered up the 5th place game, which is the loser of this game versus Avenge, who finished 3rd in the other open bracket that played earlier on today. So that's how we've got coming up for you. These last two games of the day are both very important and are going to qualify the 15th and 16th players through to the round of 16. Time for our game now. Our commentators are waiting backstage, so let's introduce the players to the stage. First of all, Dream. He's woken from his slumber, and I'm not even joking, he was having a nap backstage. This man was not having a nap, though. He was absolutely fantastic in our last game, cruising through 2-0, but he's now going to have to overturn a 2-0 loss to this man from earlier on in the tournament. Please welcome EffOrt. And whilst these two get ready for the map vetoes, it's time to go over to our commentators for this one. It is Todd and the very youngling, Mr. Kalaris.
Actually, it's Maynard, but that's okay.
It's Maynard, the guy that invented worker transferring here, guys.
God damn it.
Welcome back to the casting desk. My name's Kyle Aris, and we now have a cool series on our hands, because this has already happened, and for me personally, I'm a big fan of Dream's TVZ.
Well, Todd and I just had the, I had the pleasure of casting a Dream and cast a TVZ with Pig, sorry.
Yeah.
I nearly said Todd and I. But,
everyone's on Todd there, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So his TVZ is obviously incredible. His multitasking is incredible. 2 drops while attacking through the middle, and he can do it too. Curious, being a little bit too much for him in the end, but I definitely believe in Dream's ability here coming into this game against EffOrt. Yeah,
he looked great against Curious. A player that, again, we hark back on it, but it was an extremely impressive performance when he was able to defeat Innovation during the qualifiers for a previous Intel Extreme Masters.
One does not simply beat Innovation at ZV2.
No, not really. It's kind of difficult. And, you know, Curious has been able to do that, so that's all right for him. But now we have Dream versus EffOrt, and again, Dream, he's like an undervalued commodity, whilst EffOrt in general, for people that haven't watched too much Pro League, is like an unknown commodity, right? Like, we don't fully know how EffOrt really approaches every single matchup because you don't see him too much elsewhere outside of Pro League. And actually, that being said, I'm really looking forward to Pro League starting again.
Yeah, it's actually very exciting with the changes to WCS coming up now. Of course, OGN not being a partner of Blizzard anymore for WCS means that GSL, well, GOM and OGN can run their own leagues again. Yeah. So it's really, really cool to see. Now look at these vetoes here. We got Belshire and Derelict Watcher taken away by Dream here. I'm surprised that Whirlwind hasn't been taken out yet. Wouldn't be surprised if it was the 3rd pick, though. I'm
not surprised that, you know, a map like Derelict Watcher ends up going here for Dream. Dream's a guy that, we were talking about it previously when I was watching Curious's games. He reminds me a lot of Maru, but Maru kind of gets going with his aggression a little bit quicker. So Dream's like the delayed Maru, right? He likes to get into that mid-game, a little bit further extended into the mid-game, and then start doing the drops. And on a map like Derelict Watcher, when there's so much space in the middle of the map, and those pesky watchtowers that nobody takes, but when they do take them, they always spot drops, it's a little bit harder to really make that work for someone like Dream. So I'm not surprised something like that goes away for him.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, not too surprising of a choice from both players there. Obviously, EffOrt has had he had a win on Derelict Watcher we saw earlier. Did really, really, really well against Oz on that map. Now, oh my God, I didn't believe, I actually thought that Oz would win 2-0, honestly. Just remembering his form back in Shanghai when Oz was, you know, battling for the grand final. He was, you know,
smashing all of the Zergs up until Revival.
Up until that teammate of his, pesky teammates, you know. Losing to a teammate in a grand final has obviously got EG people rubbing their hands together with glee.
Yeah, they're
probably
like
not very happy right now, though.
No, this is a little bit of an awkward spot for Mr. Oz, who is now gone. So
yeah, that whole chestnut.
Sorry about that. It kind of stings. But we do indeed have Dream and EffOrt loading up onto Polar Night for our first map.
Yep.
So.
Now, this is not the 4-player snow map, as we've discovered earlier.
All these icy maps.
Yeah, it's another one of these icy maps, but it's the 1v1.
Yeah, and for Dream, I like this map for Dream. There are tons of angles for him to do, you know, some great drop pressure here and just kind of flank in over to the right-hand side if he's spawned down to the south and just hit multiple angles, which is what Dream absolutely adores doing. So I think
he's so good at it too. He's so good at it. Yeah.
So good at him. All right, guys, so we can get into game number 1 as we have spawning up to the northern position our Red Terran. He is MVP Dream.
That's right. Wide awake now, ready to go up from his map, as Red Eye mentioned. And in the bottom here, can he make it happen? This is CJ's EffOrt.
CJ is certainly hoping so. They've already got 2 players in that top 16.
Yeah, they've been pretty happy there.
Yeah, why not have a third?
Actually, very happy to see Pro League players and IESF, or whatever you want to call them, players, ESF, getting amongst it together. I really love watching them battle each other.
It's as if the separation isn't as distinguishable in foreign tournaments anymore. We just randomly just see CJ players here and some other players from other teams just mixing themselves in now.
Like there was Myungsik in Shanghai, was an amazing player. Unfortunately, fell really early.
And then we had Flash at New York.
Flash,
so
that's right.
We're getting a lot of the Kesper players now. And we've even had a few new teams join Kesper. Well, not new teams themselves, but having teams like MVP and Prime now on Kesper. It's going to be really interesting to watch how they do in Pro League, especially Incredible Miracle. Oh my god, that's going to be cool.
Oh yeah, man. I can't wait for the future of StarCraft, just as with these changes to WCS 2014. Cannot be more excited for next year, especially as well the Intel Extreme Masters Finals coming up for Season 8 next year as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh baby. That Katowice final. It's going to be huge.
Oh, dude, the last Katowice we had, which was the only Katowice we had, was just absolutely mind-blowing.
I saw the pictures, man. I actually told Carmack, he sent me a picture through Skype of the Katowice crowd.
Yeah.
And I just, that's my desktop on my PC at work now.
You wept.
I openly wept. No, I'm too manly. I don't have tear ducts. But, if I could cry, I would. Anyway.
Okay, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
Australians can't cry.
No, Australian. Of course they can. Just manly Australians can't cry.
Oh, okay. Manly Australians can't cry.
Hey, come on, man. I came out the womb when I was wrestling bears already.
That's pretty cool. The drop bears.
The drop bears, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Those damn things. All right, well, we have a Reaper opening here for Dream. I always love to see the Reaper opening. It's like, as you rightly said, Reaper tax, man. The
Reaper tax, absolutely. And this is exactly what he pulled out against Curious. And I would go as far as to say what he pulls out against every Zerg that he plays. Going for that Reaper opening, following up with a second Reaper, and then 2 or 4 Hellions behind that, one by one, just moving in for a bit of an attack on the third. I mean, really, is TVZ starting to get a little bit more standardized? I mean, the Banshee is back in town as well. Seeing Banshee a little bit more in TVZ, which is always good to see. This is a unit that really interests me. I'm entertained by the Banshee, so...
I am as well, man. I like the Banshee a lot. But coming back to the Reaper, this is a really great map just for Reaper. If we look away from the fact that, a lot of Reapers happen in this matchup in general, this map's great for it because of that ledge that we just saw Dream demonstrate jumping up into, and behind the natural as well. You're bouncing around everywhere. So it's a really, really cool map for Reaper. And then you gain the Watchtower control if you can't find any ways to do damage. Also, you have the standard follow-ups with the Hellions coming along and rendezvousing them together and taking a load of damage as well. So I really like this map in general for Reapers. I think it's cool.
Exactly, and he is gearing up, obviously, for that factory attack. Going to get those Hellions on the map as soon as possible, most ASAPly. And EffOrt just doing what any good Zerg would do. Droning, getting speed for the Zerglings. He knows he needs them for the Hellions. He knows that he's going to have to, they are going to become a real threat as he tries to take his third. So, really solid moves from both players. Very, very standard. Apart from leaving this one drone in the gas, meaning he could be going for a quick lair here. So we just have to wait and see what happens with that. You know, he could put more guys on that gas. We'll have to wait and see.
You know, I was very surprised that these two Reapers have been sat back all the way here.
Actually, they're being very defensive. They're going into bunker.
Yeah,
That's really weird.
I guess it's because of the third command center. Like, that's the only thing I can really peg it on, the fact that he has that down. I mean, they don't really provide that much defense, right? Maybe against a few lings here and there. But he's really not taking any risks. He's not, like, poking around. He's not going to move forwards with them with the Hell. Well, how many does he even have any Hellions out right now?
He has.
No. Okay, so there's the first two on the way.
Yeah. This is going to be the first two. I still believe they're going to pair up with the Hellions and move across the map once the third sort of gets a little bit more, well, you know, before it gets dropped here. The Overlord of EffOrt just out of range of that third command center, but he can send that across pretty easily. Actually, the Overlord spread of EffOrt, pretty standard for ZVT on this map, doing a really good job, sitting actually directly over the production facilities of Dream's main, just having a little bit of a perv there, just seeing absolutely everything. Sees Stim on the way, sees that you know, the Hellions are popping out, so he knows exactly what he's up against. And there's that third for EffOrt. Every timing, very, very standard right here. Yeah,
and just as a minor note, again, with the Reapers being so passive, like, yes, speed was on the way, and of course that is always a hindrance for the Reapers when it comes along, but it was a long ways off. So the Reapers are still quite a little bit shocked by the fact that they were so far behind, using the Hellion as splash damage there to kill off that creep tumor. Very good
trick.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
So he does get that one creep tumor. Denying the creep spread on this map is huge for the Terran. For Dream in general, he likes to do that sort of innovation, 3-base, you know, non-stop Terran train of death and destruction with just, you know, he was pulling out just pure Marine Mine, whereas other Terrans like to dust in a couple Marauders or anything like that, or Banshee. He just likes pure Marine Mine from the games that we saw with Pig. Ooh. And these Hellions...
Wait a minute, yeah, they found some room here.
Yeah, they got a bit of room to breathe, and that's actually a quite open natural. One can easily slip through there and get some drones, and he will, absolutely, if he has the opportunity.
He's not taking advantage of the fact that all of these... Well, I mean, technically, yes, he needs to be back here to actually defend, but he's not really being as aggressive as he could be with those Hellions and Reapers, because there was nothing to defend against that. Like, what, the 2 Queens, and that's it? Ugh. There's a lot of Zerglings on the way now, but that's because we're seeing a big assault here.
Oh, yeah. Huge Baneling bust here coming here from EffOrt. Will it get done, though? There is a bunker. A Hellion coming back. 2 Widow Mines. He splits one Baneling off, though. Really nice splitting there, and EffOrt has plenty of Banelings left over.
Wow, those 2 Widow Mines, they only got 5 Zergling kills in total. Not a single Baneling, so those Banelings are just going to walk straight on up,
and
kill
the main's busted open, and in the Lings go into the main, and this is devastating already for Dream, taking huge hits to his econ from the Zerglings here. He does already have 1 Marine in position, lost a few workers there. Let's have a look at the workers killed. 12 workers killed in that attack.
More Zerglings try and plow on in. That 1 Widow Mine to try and soak up some of this is not active right now, so the Zerglings do end up trickling in, but there's still more Banelings in production. There's still more Zerglings in production.
Yep, EffOrt smells a victory here. He smells blood in the water. He's going to try and end the game right here, right now.
And trying to break up as best he can do. One of those Widow Mines does have a charge, but the Zerglings have already been split up nicely, and Dream does not control those Widow Mines, unburrowing them to try and get a factory here.
He can lose his production.
Has to be so careful. Actually, a good split on these units, just in general, to try and get these. Whoa! No. Be careful, be careful.
Jeez.
Apparently he was quite careful in the end.
Very careful.
Well, they're so low.
They're so low, yeah. Another big group of Lings probably would kill every single worker here, but I think that EffOrt is starting to stymie the flow a little bit. He's not sending as many units. He's sending some, but, I mean, really, I mean, Dream's starting to recover is what I'm trying to say here, and he can't really keep this up unless he has a massive group of Lings.
In the end of it, it's 53 workers to 28 right now. And those Lings...
Oh, yeah, the damage is done, definitely. He's done a great attack here.
Yeah, and what is Dream going to try and do from this position? The one thing that he will have is the fact that he has Medivacs coming out, whereas his opponent invested a lot of gas into those Banelings, and thus might not necessarily have the necessary requirements to deal with with the Medivac drops. But he's already positioned Spores to try and kind of negate the positioning of those Medivacs at least.
Yeah, he obviously knows that Dream likes to do the multi-prong attack, and this third is a prime, juicy target for his dropships. And the main also getting a Spine Crawler in the main along with the Spore Crawler as well. And there's that dropship from Dream, looking to get some sick damage done. He needs to hit that Zerg Econ because of the huge hit that he's obviously taken that we just saw.
I mean, this is basically how Dream wins every single one of his TVZs. There's never just the brute force push through the middle.
Yeah, it's the multitask,
drop after drop after drop after drop.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, EffOrt knows, and as you rightly pointed out, EffOrt seems to be reacting pretty well.
Yeah, he knows exactly who he's playing against and how to play against him. Doing a really great job. In fact, looking even stronger than Curious did in a series that he won against Dream in this first game. So really good signs for EffOrt already in this best of 3 with this play.
Adding on that macro hatch and getting out a lot of Zerglings, as well as centrifugal hooks and 1-1. So his ground melee army is going to be very strong, is EffOrt's. But 1-1's already started for Terran as well. And it's funny because now with the worker counts 44 against 64, Ooh. Dream needs to catch up just a little more and he can actually reset the entire game. Bit
of a push here in the third. Pick it up here. The Widowmine's taking out a good cluster of lings. Bit of damage on that medevac. Oh, nearly 4 GG'd that bad boy.
Needs to be very, very careful. Those Banelings will move into the fray as well and force this away. But those Widowmines have not... they get picked up and run away. That's very nice play there, saving what he can.
Yeah, and he can't really lose units at this point. I mean, you know, a big Baneling hit on his cluster of Marines might actually just seal the deal. So he needs to be careful here. He's not too far behind on supply, but again, that econ thing has been a little bit tough for him to recover. That third just being dropped now. Really wanted that, obviously, a long time ago. And I'm very glad that there's a Spire going down. I was about to mention that EffOrt really needs that Spire now, that it's up that point where he's going to start rallying the Marines and the Mines. Very hard to deal with that with just pure Ling and Baneling. Even though he's going to have centrifugal hooks, he needs the mutas as well. He's got to take out those medevacs. He's got to start picking off drops and that sort of thing. It's the money unit comp, and he's going to get it just in time, I think.
Yeah, and when we see players, Terrans like Dream actually just advancing into this mid-game, wait, hold the phone here. Baneling's trying to move forwards along with these Zerglings, but they didn't really catch
those splits on the Banelings. That's beautiful stuff from EffOrt.
Yeah, very nicely done there. Just really negating a bit of that damage from any Widow Mines that would come along. And whoop. Nope, it's going to be fine over at that third base.
Yep. He really, really needs this third base. A big run by or a Baneling hit on that third would actually be devastating. In fact, a hit on the natural would be devastating as well, as a matter of fact. And EffOrt has that in mind. Looking like there's only supply depots to stop him here. Oh! But that Widowmine, though. That Widowmine.
Very well placed indeed. EffOrt now trying to push through the middle here with a lot of Zerglings, but now it's the point where Terran hits that macro mid-game where it's 10 Marines on the way at any point in time. And dealing with that as EffOrt here, he needs to get those Baneling connections solid. Otherwise, he is not going to deal with the splits.
Oh, the splits from Dream actually look pretty good there. A lot of the Marines do live.
And Zergling's trying to run into the natural here as well as the main, catching a few of these Marines.
Yeah, a lot of workers killed here. Wow, 36 this game already.
How many workers are we down to here? We're down to 55 against 71, so Dream's economy is still pretty stable, I would say.
Yeah, it's actually catching up a little bit.
Yeah, he's doing all right, but EffOrt has actually taken that base of the rocks at the back there, something that almost never happens on this map.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to defend, especially considering he hasn't knocked down the rocks. So, you know, that third hatchery on the top left is his closest way to, I guess, resupply a defense there. It's a little bit odd. That's an unloaded bunker, and there's going to be a dead SCV or two.
That is an unloaded bunker, but now he's got a few units in.
Yeah, now it's loaded.
And now he's all right. And
that's like a Ling-proof thing right there. Building the supply depots around that bunker, doing a great job. And
like
leaving.
Sandbags.
I love that he's leaving the Marines here as well, because he knows that a run by down this could actually cost him the game, literally cost him the game within seconds.
He moves. Yep. Contamination. Mutalisks going to dive in, and this is one of the maps that's actually very, very hard to deal with Mutalisks on because they have full opportunity to dive into the main and natural all the time. Baneling's moving forwards here, trying to connect with a lot of this. Those SCVs are very clumped up. Will he be able to get the connections, though? He's just running away for the whole time. Oh, he does.
Nice connection there. And this one bunker is being very, very cost-effective, but...
He picked up a load of SCVs in the medevac. He picked up so many of them.
Oh my god!
So he actually saved quite a lot. It's down. He lost 10 workers in total, but he could have lost another 8.
And he didn't just lose 10 from that base as well. There was a muter attack in the main, and Dream does this thing, as mentioned by Pig in our cast together, that he just doesn't rely on static defense to deal with muters. He relies on the aggression. Keeps pushing and trying to keep the muters on EffOrt's side of the map here. Oh, that Widowmine. Doing a bit of damage on these Lings, but this is a post-patch Widowmine, so not all those Lings die.
It's like a wet towel sometimes, my friend. It is. Doesn't really do too much, depending on the connection. But anyway, a few Lings, once again, still being a complete hindrance here for Dream. And every single one of these pokes that EffOrt does really helps him just keep his opponent back. Dream is a guy that wants to be in your face. He wants to be on multiple fronts. But how can you do that when you have to constantly be defending multiple fronts on your end?
It looks like actually EffOrt's gearing up for a pretty huge attack on the third here. Dream getting himself back in position. EffOrt taking the middle of the map away from Dream here, getting that tower back.
Very, very tense right now. Both of these players sitting at very close supply counts. 2-2 is on the way here for Dream, but EffOrt has already got his 2-2 out and about.
Yeah, he does. So EffOrt is actually about to be equal upgrades here. Well, not just yet, but actually this engagement's... Oh, needs to be careful in the middle of the map here. Just posturing. Heading onto the creep, dropping some scans, going to try and take out some tumors.
And this is the perfect time because he's just finished up drill claws for
That's actually
those Widow
down,
mines.
but in it goes.
Does he get much? He got a few supply
he
depots.
got a bunker, yep, he got a supply depots, and that does supply block Dream, but I'm not sure he's too fussed. He's more worried about this army out here on the creep.
Yeah, again, drilling claws is implemented now here for the Terran, so EffOrt has to be careful about where he actually takes his engagement. He's going to try and swing around. Yeah,
maybe going to go for a flank here. He does have 40 more Lings just hatching now, and EffOrt looks like he's pushed Dream back.
I like the decision to move back because losing all the supply depots, he was supply blocked for quite a bit.
I think the Widow Mines actually killed a couple of medevacs there.
Ooh, dear me.
Yes.
But being that supply blocked, you can't continue that parade push. A lot of Lings moving forwards here with the Banelings as well. The Mutalisk just going to catch one of those medevacs that was full.
Medevac. And down it goes, another medevac in the back. In fact, there's another full medevac in the back. Does just make it. Is he going to get into the bunker? Doesn't really matter at this point. There are so many Banelings of EffOrt. They're just destroying absolutely everything. I don't think there's anything left from Dream now. The third completely in tatters. The Banelings, still plenty of them left. And GG.
EffOrt playing a superb game #1 there on Polar Night. I wasn't expecting it to actually go his way in terms of what we saw from the openings and how things unfolded, but seriously, well, you know, I mean, EffOrt did put on a lot of aggression, but I'm saying that Dream recovered well.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is that, again, Dream never hit his stride, which is that multi-pronged aggression. It just never, ever, ever hit it.
The Baneling bust really interrupted his rhythm. Like, you know, in the games where he was playing against Curious, he was largely untouched up until after the third base that he'd taken. At that point, he obviously got attacked well before the third base. It was still being built in the main. In fact, it got destroyed by the Lings that got into the main. So, you know, took a big hit in his stride, big hit in the tempo, and yeah, EffOrt capitalized on that completely. He is no slouch. No slouch whatsoever.
It was a good game #1, but can he continue that on? It's Acheron Wastes now, not as easy a map to try and put on that aggression.
Very good map for Dream here. Could definitely tie the series on this one.
Yeah, this is definitely Dream's choice in terms of what we're going to see from him, stylistically at least. And EffOrt, well, I mean, we could even just see a Roachling Bane all in and, you know, just trying to bust it down, because we haven't actually seen a lot of success on that in this map, but we did see Dream incorporating those Widow Mines in pretty quickly into those plays, so that also could be a factor if we see that on Acheron Wastes.
He gets them straight after making 4 Hellions by the looks of things, like 4 to 6 Hellions. You know, if he gets lucky with a whole bunch of drone kills, he might keep it up, but yeah, it gets to mines pretty quickly. Obviously has lost to a few Roach all-ins on the ladder.
I would say the fact that we see them after 4 Hellions is a slight deviation from the normal metagame. You know, maybe you see 6 Hellions if somebody's being a little bit juicy about it. They'll go up to 8 Hellions and really try and put on the pressure with the Reapers, but we saw none of that from Dream. He didn't really care too much.
Well, Dream's not really one of those, surprise, here's 20 Blue Flame Hellions kind of guys. He's
Dude, I love those guys.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Dream isn't one of those guys. He likes... He actually, I can guarantee that EffOrt knows exactly what he's going to do in this game, and we probably do too. But, you know, Dream's going to make it work anyway, innovation style.
All right, and we do have that man spawning up at the top left-hand corner, our red Terran representing MVP. He is Dream.
Oh, yes. Can he tie the series? I absolutely believe he can. And the bottom right here from CJ Entis. This is EffOrt.
Putting it in. Putting it in, man.
Yeah, it's actually really nice to see a you know, a Terran getting so far here. Considering, well, I mean, Dream was 2-0ing his way through the winners bracket up until he met Curious in the winners bracket finals. So
yeah, we don't have many Terrans around.
Yeah, there's just the 2. Unfortunately, Select is done for the tournament. Dream still the only Terran alive in the open bracket.
Cast a lot of Protoss and Zerg today.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Twas the day of the aliens.
Twas a lot of PvP actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, quite a bit.
No ZVZ, no, definitely no TVT.
Yeah, no ZVZ. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, PvZ, PvP, and that was it.
I'm missing TVT, man. I haven't cast it in a while.
Well, I mean, there's some Terrans coming up. We got Bomber tomorrow. We got a couple others as well.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. And then again, tomorrow, I'm pretty sure at some point we have Bomber versus Scarlet, which is like,
I think everyone's killing each other to try and get the cast for that one.
Yeah. It's all right. I've already stolen it. It's fine.
It's already stolen. The argument is over.
I'm not even sure. I have no clue. But anyway, Dream is opening up, surprise, surprise, with Reaper.
A Reaper. And yeah, I don't think there'll be too many surprises for EffOrt in this best of 3 or this game. So I think that it's going to be, again, a couple Reapers here, and then a few Hellions following up for an attack. The question is, can Dream make it work?
Spawning pool before hatchery, so...
Yeah.
Did we see him do that in the previous game?
I don't actually remember.
I think it was hatchery first.
I actually feel like it was definitely hatch first, because I distinctly remember saying 15 hatch.
Well,
yeah.
So a little bit of a change up here. I guess maybe he was just playing a little bit more cautiously here. Maybe not, because obviously this is his first scout, this Overlord. He hasn't really seen too much of anything. So right now anything could be happening.
Maybe EffOrt gets 11-11'd a lot on this map by Dream.
Yeah.
I imagine they'd meet each other on the ladder a fair bit.
Well, they wouldn't know because everyone's a barcode,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Barcode, Terran card. So I actually really like that Blizzard's taken the barcode thing.
So do I, man.
Yeah, like, so you can't qualify for WCS via ladder if you're a barcode, and I love that.
I think that's brilliant. I think some pro gamers may disagree. They want to keep their
stuff
hidden.
They want to keep stuff hidden. They want to keep stuff secret. But unfortunately, it's just going to happen eventually.
Life isn't fair, Maynard.
Life isn't fair, that's right.
Well, but anyway. So first Reaper's going to head on out. Second Reaper's will rendezvous with that in just a little bit. And no gas has been taken yet for EffOrt. So he's not looking to counteract these Reapers with any kind of speed play just yet, like we saw him doing in game number 1. So once again, a little bit of a change up here from EffOrt.
Reaper getting into the main here, looking to get some of that tax money.
Will he get any of it is the question.
EffOrt actually just defending with the... Oh, the Lings are actually on the attack instead of the defense. This is very different that you normally don't see this in CVT. The Lings are normally at home dealing with the Reapers.
That was really good control actually there for a second, saving some of those Zerglings for a little bit longer. And this Reaper, if that died to 4 Lings, I would eat a hat.
Yeah, well, none of us have hats handy.
No, thankfully.
He sure as hell nearly killed it.
He almost got another SCV as well, jeez. Yeah. So that was really good control there by EffOrt, considering the circumstances.
A good effort.
A good effort indeed.
That's right.
I haven't. Have we said EffOrt that
much?
much?
No, that was the first pun.
That was the first one?
It'll be the last one too. We're too classy for that.
Sick. All right, okay.
So Reaper now getting across here. He's still not done. He wants more of that tax. But it just becomes easier and easier for EffOrt to deal with this as time goes on. He gets the Queens, the creep spread, and the Reapers are really just for scouting at this point. They can't. I don't think they're going to kill drones. He's going to try and get that one.
If he gets it.
No,
there's no way.
No, EffOrt's too good.
The Reaper tax cost him $7 or 7 minerals as he had to cancel. So.
Like, Reapers were worth it. 7 minerals.
Yeah, it's not. Wait, did he lose any of those? Okay, so he didn't lose any of the Reapers at least. That's good.
And Dream's really good as well. He lost the one SCV that was building the CC.
Yeah, and so it did slow it down a little bit. But the second CC behind that, and especially on a map like Akalon Race, right, it kind of just counters that in essence. He's going to have a good economy. It's hard to shut down a Terran and say, you are not going to have a good economy on a map like Akalon Race, because chances are they are going to happen.
Yeah. Unless you banling bust, of course. We've seen that to great effect in game number 1, which has a larger rush distance, so it's even easier to do it on this map.
Well, he is being a bit more aggressive, a little bit quicker here. Gets one of the creep tumor.
Yeah, it's nice. It's exactly the same as the last game. Gets that 1 creep tumor.
Interesting notion there, though, by EffOrt was he was focusing down on the Hellion, not the Reapers. So he does nibble away at that slightly, whereas the Reapers, if he was focusing those down that were leading the charge, would have been able to then fall back and recover their health and made that secondary push here a little bit stronger.
Just marking back that little Hellion a little bit. He's going to push the spike calls here, looking to protect this third at the top here. Queen's actually being split off here. Got 1 Queen down on the ground, the creep spreading Queen just sort of beefing up that spike crawler static defense while the other 2 deal with a Reaper jump up. So great defense from EffOrt.
Yeah, good split up, good defense. You're right. It was very, very well executed there. It could have been all too easy to lose a drone to those Reapers, but that's exactly what Dream was looking for. Just, 1 or 2 drones, who cares? It's not the biggest of efforts to go for. Damn, did I really do that? But
come on, man. That was better to be our last one.
Sorry.
That's okay.
But we now have the Widow Mines as well as the Starport on the way, so he could actually, start doing the drops pretty soon here. And
yeah, very soon. And that is his power, the multitask, the drops.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Dream, EffOrt is very, very good at dealing with those drops we saw in that last game. But that said, though, he had a really huge econ advantage, had a lot more units than Dream. And when you have a lot more units, you can split them easily, obviously. But, you know, if the Terran has as much stuff as you, it is very hard to split as a Zerg because you want to have to deal with the Terran army. You got to split just right.
Got to split just right. That is indeed true. And, well, still poking away at this front. But I would say in the grand scheme of things, the creep spread's still going. And the creep spread's doing all right, being protected by this spine crawler as well. So if you can get a few more of these creep tumors down, the creep's going to be all right here for him. And Dream wants to deny that at least before it gets to halfway across the map. If it starts breaching that halfway mark, then psychological edge at least goes to EffOrt.
That's a lot of creep tumors here.
Yeah, it's going to get going fast.
Absolutely. So Dream really needs to cut into that if he wants to continue the aggression, which is where he shines. Yeah, just being very, I guess, static with that that attacking force. Like his trying to keep back the creep, try and get tumors where he can, maybe catch an out of position queen or something. But I think EffOrt's too good for that.
This is going to go on for the long haul for now, as EffOrt. Well, he's making a lot of Zerglings, to be honest. I think he just wants to...
was. He just cancelled those creep tumors so fast.
Very nicely done. But he just wants to alleviate this threat, right? It's very annoying. He sees that this is going on.
This is really nice.
Ah,
Setting one Reaper up there for vision, using that line of Hellion Fire to get some damage on the Lings there.
Yep. And, well, for now, this is a very passive game compared to what we do. Oh!
A surround on the top of those Hellions there. The Ling's getting in between them, doing a lot of damage here.
I don't know if it's going to be enough. He needs to pick off more of these Hellions, the high ground advantage.
Yeah, the Hellions going to win this fight.
Nice.
They are very damaged, though. They might actually, their time of Hellion-ing is actually probably over.
And then killing that many Zerglings this early on, like having to replenish those. I mean, like, yes, he's getting his 4th base up, but like, where's a macro hatch if he wants to deal with a push that's coming along? He needs that Baneling nest down, he needs Banelings out, because now is macro Terran mode. There's going to be 10 Marines on the field at any given point in time. And Dream, gets one queen, but unstylistically, normally to Dream, where he could just go for drops, he might see this as an opportunity to hit the front hard.
And he's going to do exactly that, just barreling straight through the middle here with everything that he's got as far as the attacking force goes. Producing more at home, dropping those mines, scanning and taking out the bajillion creep tumors that EffOrt's put in the middle of the map here. A bit of a Ling run by into the 3rd as well, not sure how that got there, but these Marines need to stim back, and the Widow Mines pick up and take out a lot of Lings there.
Nicely done. Can't drop them onto these Banelings just yet. He needs his reinforcing force to come back to actually help this out. But again, Dream is macroing up strong. He sees an opportunity, he sees weakness, he sees the ability to push forward and do a crushing blow if EffOrt is not careful.
That's right, blood is in the water here. Dream wants to get a piece of the action and tie this series. He's smelling a very good opportunity to actually kill EffOrt right here, right now. Going into the 3rd with his army here. Mutas on the map, 11 Mutas on the way, and they are probably going to fix this up, but...
I know it's going to be difficult. It
it's
really
a lot of Marines.
Yeah, that is a lot of firepower that we're seeing here from Dream. If he just reinforces, he's not actually reinforcing that aggressively, which if he were to,
actually.
Well, he gets the 3rd base, and that's a lot of damage already done.
And the Banelings do nothing. Oh, except for that one.
Okay.
Oh, God. I was getting really nervous.
Well, he's going to try and speed on away,
but those
Mutalisks, they're just going to kill this off. Where are the reinforcements? Why wasn't he reinforcing us aggressively?
The Marines are actually joining the battle now. I think he wanted to keep them at home just in case of a... I think he actually thought that he could get that attack on the 3rd and then just leave. But obviously EffOrt wasn't having any of that. Made him pay for taking out that 3rd.
I think with the reinforcements, he could have like done even more. But, well, I mean, they're here now anyway, and they're still going to do quite a bit. There are 17 Banelings on the way, though, and the lack of reinforcement from before for Dream has kind of bought EffOrt a little bit of time, as he will chase him back and force it to pick up.
Yeah, but he's reinforcing now. Actually, he's stimming back. There's not that much reinforcement here, just a small group of Marines. Some at the top here, and EffOrt is pushing through with the Mutas.
Very nicely done, focusing down those medevacs. Very important targets here, not as easily replenishable as those Marines.
Oh, nice splits there. Great micro.
Dream's going to continue plowing on. Starts drilling claws, making sure that he can continue this assault as quickly as possible.
Really wants to hit into this Muta cloud.
23 drones EffOrt?
Wow. He's feeling like he has enough army here to get the job done. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a ballsy decision considering it's 70 army supply to 37. He's basically saying these Mutalisks are going to keep you back at home, but look at the army movement of Dream down to the south. Just saying, oh, well, he has to be careful of that.
Yeah. Cluster of Banelings here could definitely spell doom for him, but nice splits there. Only losing about 4 Marines to that Cluster of Banes. Will pick up for the rest here, and the Mutas aren't at home to seal the deal. They are going to intercept, though.
Trying to catch off some of these medevacs where they can. A few Banelings do end up dying in the pursuit, but at the same time, there's really actually, again, not that much here for Dream to fight with. He has to bring the reinforcements.
Where is all his production?
He's losing so many medevacs.
He's got 11 Marines making it a time, but where are they all? They're on the way now. This looks like a much more healthy reinforcement
there we
here.
go.
There it is.
Yeah, like, just rally across the map, man. Keep going, keep going. After he hit that third a few minutes ago, keep going, keep plowing on, because EffOrt, he's struggling. He's feeling the pain. So you got
to be careful. Those rocks do come down. Don't kill too much there, but the Marines are cut out from the rest of this attack, and it will delay this for a little while.
Yeah.
EffOrt needs to start morphing in. Bane's got 14 Banelings being made right now.
Knock, knock. Who's there? A lot of Marines, guys, as well as some Widow Mines, and he has to absolutely buy a little bit more time. But the supply counts are evened up. Army supplies a little bit more even as well. EffOrt is slowly buying that time necessary to deal with these attacks.
Stimming forward a few Marines here. One Baneling doesn't do anything here, but do the rest. He's stimming forward. He's actually didn't split there at all, but
not enough. It's just not enough. He needs those Baneling connections at the same time. Tries to push in with a drop here of that right-hand side base. Zerglings go forwards as well. I think there was a few Baneling connections down here because Dream's supply, once again, has been evened up slightly here by EffOrt.
Yeah, and EffOrt's actually taking a supply lead at this point. He's run by with a Ling. The Ling is still killing SCVs at his third.
Here's the thing. With those Zerglings, yeah, they're doing stuff.
The mine actually probably will help the lead.
Probably. But with +3 weapons on the way for a Dream, he keeps putting on this pressure, and EffOrt can't really hold it back too easily. With that +3 weapons on the way, it's like it's a ticking time bomb here for EffOrt. When that finishes, good luck dealing with all these Marines.
And that hatch is 100% dead. There's actually no way for EffOrt to engage this at this point. He needs to bring everything back and deal with it. He's trying to cut into the reinforcement path here. Smart play, taking out a few Marines in the reverse, but there's that Widow Mine hit. Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the Ling's running by again. Ling run by as being a great play for EffOrt in game number 1. In this game, not so much. Dream kind of on the ball here.
And now the supply counts are taking a toll here on EffOrt. Dream is moving on forwards.
3-3.
Yeah, he's really making a good meal out of this. All those Banelings, they have to be careful of those Widow Mines. And good splitting once again by Dream.
Yeah, beautiful splitting here. The Mutas might be enough to deal with this, but he's got to be careful of these Widow Mines again. He is getting a bit of a cluster of Mutas up now, a little bit healthy of a cluster. You can one-shot those mines at this point, which is always nice for the Zerg, especially with the +1. 28 more Lings on the way. I don't think 28 Lings is enough, Kolaris. I think this might actually be a pretty, like another devastating attack from Dream here. I can't see this army not doing damage. That's a double negative, but I'm standing by it.
Well, this could be the nail in the coffin, because whilst previously his engagements, he was getting rid of medevacs, now the medevac count is rising quite high. He's already got 8 out. He's going to have 10 on with this as well. So a lot of longevity on these Marines, as long as he stims back. The Mutalisks try and come in and focus down as much as they can do as well.
Too many Marines.
It's just too much.
Way too much here, and he can just stim forward. There's a lot of Banelings here. This is his last chance. He needs to get rid of this entire force, and it looks like he probably will clean it up.
Has to retreat on out again. The reinforcements need to come out here for Dream. EffOrt, I gotta give it to him. The resilience on this guy is absolutely fantastic, but
these Mutas engaging Marines that just got +3 attack.
Uh-oh.
Gotta be careful here. These Marines are super scary now. +3 is so scary for Mutas.
And during all of these engagements as well, he keeps losing like any Overseer. He would have to try and catch the Widow Mines out. So he doesn't have an Overseer at all to deal with those, unfortunately.
Yeah, and without an Overseer, these mines are going to just be horrible for his Banelings, to say the least.
He's actually bringing an Overseer down.
Starting to drop again.
Yeah, this is where he shines. Can Dream just seal this game out? It's been a long, drawn-out game.
Well, he knows that the Mutas need to be here to deal with this attack because he doesn't have enough on the ground to just deal with it without the Mutas.
A few of those Widow Mines kind of backfiring there, doing a lot of damage to those Marines in the end. Ooh, has to be careful.
Huge split here.
Yeah, very nicely done. The Zerglings and Banelings have actually cleaned up quite a lot during all of that.
Even with the splits, EffOrt just having just enough to hold on. The supply count actually for EffOrt was a lot worse before. It's starting to catch up slightly, getting six more Mutas. But we're in tier 3 town with the Terran right now. He's at 3-3. Well, in a couple seconds he'll be at 3-3. And EffOrt needs to kind of get to that next phase out of Ling Bane Muta. I don't think Ling Bane Muta is actually going to become harder and harder for him as this time goes on.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It really is. Any Zergs in this position, you know, they know they would like to be trying to transition onto Hive, you know, get those ultimate upgrades, get the Ultralisk Cavern, but there's just no room.
It's 4 base versus 3 base, Kalaris. It has been for a while. It's devastating for EffOrt econ-wise.
It's just a slow strangulation for EffOrt here. But again, he is fighting very, very resiliently. If he got some really good Baneling connections, then yes, there's all the room in the world for him to actually come back. But EffOrt, Dream...
Look at the spread of mines and units.
Yeah. Dream's always going for at least cost-effective engagements against a lot of gas investment into those Banelings, as well as the Mutalisks. There's just too many Marines there, once again.
Yeah, so many Marines. 3-3 Marines. I have to stress how strong these Marines are right now. The Mutas do have Carapace upgrades, but I would definitely rather be the Terran right now at this point. It's very, very tough for EffOrt to try and deal with this. He's making as many bangs as he can, but you know, look at the banks. Look at the difference in bank. A lot of gas here for EffOrt, a lot of minerals for Dream, and he's very happy about that. He's more than happy to make Marines. In fact, he's starting to put in Marauders as well because he knows that it's about the time when a Zerg will take Ultralisks, but there's no way that EffOrt can afford that right now.
Good splits, sealing up quite a lot of that. And forcing, there's really not that many Banelings there. Not enough to contend with the army once again from Dream.
And he's making 7 more Mutas and 10 more Lings, and that is not enough. Absolutely not. There is so much here from Dream, and this actually might be the final attack.
He's got to have a miracle defense once again to shut down Dream, because again, these supply counts, they keep falling in favor of the Terran.
Yeah, he's 40, nearly 50 supply up ahead now.
And slowly the creep has kind of receded.
Yeah.
So EffOrt can't engage off that creep at all. If he does, he dies, because you need that speed boost on those Banelings and Zerglings. Absolutely. Wait a minute.
Going for a big drop here, accidentally boosted the whole lot of those benefacts there.
I thought he was going to go with everything. I was like, this is suicide.
My brain. So now with a healthy 60 supply lead, he's going to go and try and kill EffOrt here. EffOrt trying to do a little bit of a trade with the Mutas, but he really needs those Mutas to be at home to deal with this.
A base trade scenario here for EffOrt is really all he could muster up to try and shut all of this down, but he's going to lose his third base, but for what? The Marines pushed him back at the... There you go, GG.
GG. Dream really choke holding and just suffocating the air out of EffOrt, and just slowly and slowly as time goes on, we just watched a nerd slowly die.
Exactly. Dream was just shaking him by the neck. When you gonna get out of my game? This is mine. Yeah. It's 1-1, man.
That wasn't a shot to the head. That was like drowning. It was actually very horrifying.
That has to be stressful.
Oh, very stressful. If I was EffOrt right now, my jimmies would definitely be rustled.
Yeah, over-rustled.
Over-rustled.
Major over-rustling.
Yeah, a very shaky gorilla gif would be in place of my face right now.
Yeah, look at him. Actually, he doesn't really look over-rustled, I'll be honest with you.
Actually,
he's just like, meh.
His hair's looking a little bit rustled, but I think that's just his style.
I think so. I think a lot of Koreans go for the over-rustled style.
Yeah, it's fine.
I like it.
Works out for Koreans.
Yeah. Doesn't for me. I would rather not.
My hair actually looks very similar to EffOrt's when it's that sort of length.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got the wavy, the wog locks, we call them.
Oh. Okay, cool stuff.
Yeah, cool story, everyone.
Cool story, bro.
Throwing out some information there. Real talk, hashtag real talk.
Hashtag real talk. Okay, right. So third map is going to be Whirlwind here.
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind?
Whirlwind, yeah.
Whirlwind. And... I don't know, if it goes in a similar fashion to how it did in Akalon Waste, I think that this could be EffOrt's map, just because, you know, the middle of it's so open, it's harder for Terran to really establish that macro focus, and there's all the room in the world here for EffOrt to say, well, you know, it's time for my aggression once again. Yeah,
we definitely saw Dream struggle a little bit versus Curious on this map. It was a very close game, though. Depends on spawns as well. Spawns is a huge deal here, so we'll have to wait and see. And it is going to be cross spawns, so...
Awesome. I like cross spawns. Okay, spawning down at the bottom left-hand corner, we have our red Terran representing MVP. He is Dream.
And the nerd in the top right, they'll be very happy about these spawn positions. This is CJ enters EffOrt.
And this is for all the marbles.
All of them. Every single one.
This is for half of the marbles.
Yeah, this is for the group stage.
Because you get another chance.
For all of the open bracket marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will get another. Well, the loser will get another chance. So instead of going from the lower bracket, they go to a secondary lower bracket that I have now dubbed the lower bracket. And, well...
The sub-bracket.
It wasn't very creative a name, I must admit, now that I think about it. The lower bracket, guys. So clever.
Herpa de derpa.
All right, anyway. So Dream here, I wonder what he's going to bring to the table.
I'm thinking Reaper. You know, he loves this Reaper opening so much that he even does it on Whirlwind.
You see, I think he doesn't go Reaper. I think he goes like Command Center first on this map.
Pig said that too.
Did he?
Yeah, and then he went Reaper.
Oh.
We'll see. I believe you, man. Like, honestly, if I was a Terran on this, like, I usually veto 4-player maps.
Yeah.
Or 4-spawn maps. But if I was a Terran and I was playing a 4-player map and I was forced to, I would CC first every game.
I've got Pigs back, man. I'm going CC first, and indeed that was the case. So.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll have to stick with the Pig. And, well, to be honest with you, I think he could even get away with it being on the low ground. You have to be careful, of course, if you're going to put it on the low ground, just in case your opponent is going charge very early on, but that's not the case here from EffOrt.
I don't think EffOrt's that kind of like, you know, blind temple kind of guy, so, you know, he's a little bit too good at the game.
Very sketchy.
I'm sure he's very happy with his, like, you know, standard play at this point. I would be very happy with my standard play if I was EffOrt.
He's no Hiver, so it's completely fine here right now.
Good old Hiver.
Dude, I love watching that guy play.
He's very entertaining, but frustrating. You know.
There was one ZVZ that got me so frustrated. It rustled my jimmies, man. When it was like all Zerglings, Speedling all in or something, and like his opponent just made like 7 evolution chambers in front of his wall and he just couldn't get through. I'm like, ugh. And then he kept going and it's like, no, stop it, please. Oh, you're hurting my brain.
It's disgusting.
Hiver, man. Like 99% of the time he makes it work, and then there's that 1% where someone makes the Great Wall of evolution chambers, and it's like.
Actually, one of my favorite series of all time was Flash versus Hiver.
Yeah.
I think it was GSL a while back, or WCS Korea a while back, and there was like some huge all-in that Hiver did, and Flash held it somehow.
Oh,
it was
like tiered back bunkers?
Yeah, like bunkers were back.
Yeah,
it was like unloading, reloading bunkers on the way back. And
that was good stuff, man.
That was just Brood War Pro Micro. That's.
Where's that Flash right now is what I want to know.
Yeah, I hope he comes back. I really do.
Yeah. Oh, well. Okay, so, as we said before, Whirlwind, well, it being cross spawns, there's no real huge advantages here for players. But for EffOrt, if he wants to go for those big, heavy Ling Bane plays, in the middle of the map, it's going to favor him somewhat. There's a lot of room for him to really get the surrounds. But at the same time, if you want to make that work properly against an opponent that's just going for Marine, the Widow Mines, you need good creep spreads still, which can take a long time to get going on this map. So,
oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, EffOrt needs to start that pretty early on.
Yeah, that cluster of like 12 creep shimmers that he had in the middle of Accolon, maybe 14 active creep shimmers that he had in the middle of Accolon. You need more than that on this map. Like you just half your APM needs to be to creep spread on this. In fact, the Australian player that's in groups, King Kong, Australian/Korean, but we call him Australian because he lives in Brisbane. He is an amazing creep spreader. It's like half or 3/4 of his APM is in his creep spread, and it's actually not wasted APM either. He's like a very, very, very fast creep spreader. Makes it very tough for Terran. He's got a very good ZVT.
Is King Kong a creeper?
He's a creeper.
He's a creeper?
Oh,
right. Okay, cool stuff.
He always smiles and looks right into your soul.
Yeah?
Yep.
He's like wandering about with his hands in the air.
Yeah, that's right. Like you just don't care.
Sick, man. I just met him before for the first time, actually. Wait, was he at the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore last time?
Possibly, actually.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I
watched that one from home, unfortunately. I much prefer watching it from here.
How long has he lived in Brisbane for?
I think a year, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
It would be about 2 years, actually, because he was in tournaments last year as well.
All right. I think it was Pig that qualified through the C region, so maybe he wasn't there last year.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head. It was a year ago, exactly. So
Pig's been to so many Intel Extreme Masters. He's been to like the Guangzhou one, Shanghai. Oh, he's been to a couple Chinese ones.
Yeah.
And he's been to obviously Singapore as well, and I think another one in Cologne, possibly.
In Cologne?
I think he might have gone to one of the German ones. Might not have been Cologne.
Maybe he went to Gamescom.
Yeah, Gamescom.
Yeah.
I think he went to. Yeah.
All right. Well, whilst we're talking and reminiscing about ye olde days,
the days of yonder.
Yeah, we have the Hellions trying to move in and then deciding, no, I'd rather not. So.
Yeah, very dejectedly, Terrans. The Hellions of Dream not really having that effort.
Not at all.
And that was a nice big cluster of drones here. Very, very juicy for the Hellions, but EffOrt already had them sort of positioned well away there with the Queens right in front.
Yeah.
Don't you touch my baby's maneuver.
I also like the Overlord positioning as well here from Dream. He really has good vision around the perimeter of his base, but one thing that we're not seeing Dream do in any of his EVTs here is mix in that one Viking, which if, you know, he sees all of these Overlords around with his Hellions, etc., and near his base, one Viking could work wonders.
He was using the Viking in one of the games versus Curious, but there was just that one game. And the Viking killed like 3 Overlords, but you know, it lived for a really long time. But that was, I think, game number 1 against Curious. But yeah, you're right. We haven't seen it in the series yet, and it would be very, very good for this map.
Yeah, and then when the Mutalisks come out, it can be cannon fodder, and you can land it and use it as a mini Thor. Yeah,
land it in front of an Ultralisk. Reenact one of the sickest video clips I've ever seen in my whole life.
You'd be like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. And it's like, oh, it wasn't as climactic as I thought it would be. Poor little guy.
That's right. I did -35. I actually killed the Ultralisk. That's how bad my damage is.
Poor little things. It like adds extra armor to it. All the shells like load onto it.
That's right.
It's like, this is brilliant.
And that Ling being very annoying.
Those 3 SCVs could take him.
They could take him. They could pick this fight. And they will.
Yes! Yes!
You run out of Marines?
I got you, bro. Oh, Hellion stole the kill. Kill steal, kill steal.
That's right. Hellion's got all the gold in that.
Oh, that was a shame. Oh well. The SCV, they just wanted to be the heroes. They are one of the best melee units in the game, after all.
The Hellions do need the carry, so...
They do. Yeah. Oh, dear. Anyway, Ling's heading on up, having a little bit of a look around and looking for vengeance. And, well...
Yeah, they're gonna get that one. Gonna get that one SCV there.
That's
not too bad.
Well worth it.
Oh, that's actually worth 2 Lings.
Yeah, well worth it. And whoop. And here we go, EffOrt.
Uh-oh, the wall is down. Oh! Unbelievable. I can't believe that
was great.
That was like split half-second timing there.
That was like they were right next to it, and it's like, denied. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Ling's coming into the 3rd here. Unloaded bunker, not as effective.
It's just going to try and push that away. At least it's denying some mining time.
It's actually pulling just enough right now to deal with the Lings while pushing out through the middle of the map here.
Do you see what EffOrt's doing? He's getting burrow.
I like it.
Oh,
I want to see some banelings, sick baneling landmines is what I want to see.
But now we see Dream start pushing through the middle of the map once again with this big Marine macro focus. And currently has only the 3 medevacs out. So EffOrt's going to be trying to... Did he... Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay. So he did get the Spire, so because he's just started the +1.
Split here. A lot of banelings though. The mine's helping out the Zerg. Best Zerg unit is the Widow Mine.
Not too badly done. Has to pick up and is forced to retreat out, leaving a Widow Mine in the fray.
That's right. Just leaving one. So these Hellions still alive. It's been pretty good for Dream this game so far. They've dealt with the Ling counterattacks.
Dream actually just dropped 2 supply depot cooldowns there because he was a little bit supply blocks and didn't want that to continue. You absolutely don't want it to continue on when your opponent's like knocking at the middle of the base. It's very, very important. Ooh, and well, he needs more supply depots now.
Yeah. Got to keep up with that production. I mean, the amount of production that Dream can pump out right now is extremely important. He's a guy that relies on aggression. He gets very, very aggressive. He doesn't like his tempo being messed with. Doesn't like anyone messing with his chi.
Not at all, man. You need that feng shui of the Terran base just right.
That's right.
Because if you don't, then some expert in inverted commas comes in and says it's all wrong, and you're like, damn, I have to rearrange all my add-ons again.
I'm actually very feng shui with my base. I will cancel add-ons if they're not in the right spot.
Yeah?
Yes, I will cancel them.
That's okay. Fair play.
That's probably why I'm on this side of the desk.
You're like, oh no, it was in the wrong place. Oh,
yeah.
Oh well. So, 2-2's about to finish here for the Zerg as well. He could actually use that to great effect. How many Mutalisks does he have? He has 7 on the field.
Yeah, 5 more in the join here, so up to 12.
That was a nice Widowmine connection, but it doesn't matter because those Mutalisks are going to heal them.
Dat regen, Colaris.
Pretty good.
They do pretty good.
Pretty useful.
Pretty even supplies here. I mean, the Terran's up about 10, but that's not a big deal because I mean, EffOrt's banelings and just having the right amount of units. Actually, both players have been very good about just having the right amount of meters, or the right amount of units to deal with each other at any point in time.
And I think if there was any game that actually EffOrt could transition on a little bit quicker to the higher techs and the higher upgrades, it could be this one.
Oh my God! Mutas going over a huge cluster. In fact, a lot less mutas died than I thought would.
We thought it was going to be amazing.
I guess these meters are. I guess the Marines are only 1-1.
Yeah.
So not that big of a deal.
True that. And, well, getting a few SCVs here. But yeah, as I was saying, like, if there's any room for him to transition on a little bit easier than in the other games, it's definitely in this one. I mean, he's got a little bit of gas. He's already keeping his opponent back quite a way.
Oh, this is a nice attack here from Dream. With those Widow Mines dropping now after the Lings leave, they're going to be all for the drones.
Yeah, and look at this. EffOrt's just decided, well, I'm just going to go for the counter-attack straight on up. And this base is almost completely sacrificed right now. Zergling's positioning themselves for the defense at that fourth, but...
Actually looks like Dream might just have enough if he gets a good cluster link. No, a lot of the Banelings do live, so he has to live here.
Trying to get some of these SCVs, get a few of them in the process. Wow, he's killed around 22 workers so far, but Dream is not letting up.
No, Dream's actually killed quite a lot as well. He's killed 14 workers in this game so far, and just dropping in the main now as well.
And we warned you, this is where Dream stands tall. This is where he loves to be, this multi-pronged aggression. Although EffOrt's not doing too bad a job of actually cleaning these things up. Leaves the Widow Mines behind, gets a few connections on them. Has to drop it in that fourth base as well.
He's going to lose 4 medevacs here, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. But EffOrt has lost a lot.
Yeah, he actually has hit the Muta Cloud really heavily here. There's only 6 Mutalisks, or 7 Mutalisks here for EffOrt, and that's not going to be enough.
And he lost the income of that third base. I mean, most importantly, it's like, yeah, the minerals, but the gas as well. I mean, yes, he has 1,000 in the bank right now, but that's going to get expended very quickly if this marine pressure continues. He needs more Banelings, he needs the Mutalisks as well to try and deal with the medevacs. So it's very important that he deals with this cost effectively. But right now, he's not doing. He doesn't have Banelings. Where are they? They need to morph in.
Yeah, he's just morphed a couple here that come from the low ground towards that third location. Will it be enough here? EffOrt does get some nice connections, but oh god, that medevac's so full and so low.
Like it will be enough for just a second. There's no Lings and Banelings to continually reinforce. He's up in terms of supply. He's got 40 Lings in production. He needs those out right now because Dream constantly piles on the pressure.
Splits. So good from Dream. EffOrt might just have enough to push him back, though. He is starting to get that Muta count back up there. He's getting those Banelings, and as Kalaris mentioned, 40 Lings just popped out just then with 22 more on the way.
And these Lings need to do something before this planetary fortress happens. There we go.
One didn't want to unburrow, though. He's fine with where he is.
He's a slight one. He's gonna, like...
He's shy.
He needs to burrow one under it right now, quickly. But anyway, still breaching the high ground. Ooh. Dreams might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, actually, he's not really handling this attack too well on the third. EffOrt really utilizing that high ground and just surprising him and really hitting into those clusters.
Those 3 Widow Mines. Not those ones. Yeah, those ones. Okay, moved away. Yeah. That would have been catastrophic if that had happened.
It's happened to me in the game before playing Zerg.
Hey, just chill out on top of some Widow Mines.
Sitting on top of the Widow Mines with my entire army, yeah. It's happened.
That's not good, man.
I'm really bad at this game. I should probably play Sims.
It's competitive Sims.
I should install Sims at one point and just competitive make houses.
Who can make the mansion the quickest?
Yeah.
Dude, the only good thing about playing The Sims was like killing everyone off and making a graveyard and then putting someone in the haunted graveyard and watching them terrify themselves. It was amazing.
You're a sick human.
I was a weird child.
I believe you. I believe you completely.
It's true. It's true. Anyway, a few more Banelings on the way. And there it is, the infestation pit. He's found room. He now finds the room to transition on. He feels a bit more comfortable. He knows his Mutalist flock is enough to shut this down. And I think this could work out. But he sees it. He sees it. He's heard it.
It's not a secret anymore. You don't have to whisper about it.
I guess not. So, can Dream really do anything here? The thing is about Dream's position is that he never started 3-3. Where's 3-3, bro?
I don't know.
Where
How's
is
this orbital looking? With all those Banelings heading into the workers that he hasn't pulled at all. Down they go. That's a lot of workers killed here from EffOrt, and in fact the orbital command is going to be in trouble here from the Mutas as well. He's pulling his army back to deal with it. Does have enough now. But every worker, it is completely unsaturated, so that's one less mining base.
Mutalist's just going to fly straight on around the map.
Yep.
The sensor tower's in an interesting spot. I guess it can see kind of what's going on at the front of the natural, but that's about it, really. It could hit the third, maybe. No, not the fourth. Ooh, 2 burrowed Banelings.
Zerg sometimes forget that they've had mines all along.
The Pink Panther Banelings. Oh, one of them died. Did it die? I think one of them died. Oh, no, they didn't. All right. Okay, so
no, they're both there.
Yeah, they're both there. Okay, cool.
Oh, oh, oh my god. My heart's not ready for stuff like this.
You sounded like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened.
That's funny. Okay, something's going to happen eventually.
It has to. I hate it when Zergs do this when we cast a games, man. They just forget about the banelings.
Can you tell I'm tired?
Yeah, I kind of can, but you know, I'm trying not to make it an obvious thing.
Oh,
see?
It's a sad life for those two banelings.
Right.
They just want to connect with people. They just want to connect with people. SCVs. Bye-bye.
That's so bad. It's so good.
They're Facebook banelings, man.
That's right. They just want to connect.
They just want to socialize.
They just want a large group of friends. Connect with a large group of people.
This has become silly.
We're really tired. This is gearing up towards the end of the day. This is actually Colaris and I's last game of the day.
Yeah, we're handing it over to a formidable duo of Protosses afterwards.
Yeah.
And, well, hello.
Yeah, we've got the Banelings heading in here to the third. Nice cluster of Banelings got taken out there by the Widow Mines, but did a lot of damage there. EffOrt with a pretty severe, well, a decent supply lead. 3-3 finally on the way for Dream. And 3-3 on the way for EffOrt as well. Going to get the Adrenal upgrade, which he has, I think, forgotten the last few times he's gotten Hive.
Well, yeah, that's a bit of an annoyance. We saw, who was it? It was Curious who was going for that really quickly, and he had a lot of macro going. And
it's Drilling Claws.
Oh, has to be careful. But
Mines can actually just chase things down when they have Drilling Claws. It's actually disgusting.
Yeah, they can. It's quite scary. It is quite scary.
This hatchery's in a spot of bother. He's splitting some units off. He feels that's enough Marines to do the job, and he's correct.
A spot of bother was an understatement. It's like gone.
Evaporates.
All right, well.
A big counterattack here, but this is a planetary.
Oh, nice split.
That's actually, yeah, nice split against the Widow Mine there. And with the Marines and the Widow Mines, this mutas get deflected as well.
He has 30 mutas right now, so he can do some damage. But once again, Dream is really keeping a good eye on where his opponent's expanding. Getting the supply depots.
The drop supply depots. That actually heavily supply blocks Dream.
Nom, 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 nom. Getting those.
And Dream's not making supply depots right now, so he's not going to be able to make anything for a little while.
Yeah, that's kind of brutal. I mean, if he trades those Marines away, then he can make some more, and that's a technique that we see being used quite a lot when people pressure, like Innovation, for example. But right now, he's not pressuring. He's kind of under pressure himself.
Yeah,
so
they cut into all the add-ons. They killed some production here, and that's really devastating because the amount of production Dream has is directly related to his chances to win this game.
The Feng Shui is all off in the base.
God.
Oh no, Banelings! Ah!
Now they're trying to get into the workforce.
Yeah. It's a massacre.
It is actually a very big massacre. EffOrt now taking an even bigger supply lead now. Let's have a look at the army supply. Yeah, EffOrt's actually equal supply lead, equal supply with Dream, 103 to 104, so negligible here. EffOrt's supply is purely from workers. He's 60 versus 33.
I've been watching those two Banelings on the minimap this whole time, and they haven't done anything.
I hate it when Zergs do this.
Yeah, I'm so sad right now, but nothing goes over them. Look at them, just chilling out.
I want the payoff.
Maybe they're not social at all.
Oh, maybe.
Oh well. All right, well, I mean, there's nothing really to connect with at all, unfortunately, for those guys just yet.
Except for that. It wasn't the best connection, though. You can wait for something better.
You're right, you're right. So it's just going to be up to these Mutalisks from here on out. I mean, EffOrt has...
Yay!
Connecting with friends all over the world. Woo.
That's right. Muta's getting into the main here, going to catch a couple of drop ships.
Starport's a good pickup.
Yeah, that's very nice, actually. Getting into the medevac count. What's the medevac count for? Yeah, it's actually not that high. 8 medevacs, not that good.
Like, with every medevac dying now is really bad. And I mean, Dream realizes that. He instantly adds on his Starport again. He cannot let that medevac count go really, really low. Oh, dear me. Boosts right into those Mutalisks. What was he doing? I guess just going down there with some of those Marines as well. They were all in the same group, and I lost a lot there.
Yeah, absolutely. And he does actually have Marauders in production, but, I mean, there's actually Ultralisks on the field already, 7 Ultralisks on the field right now, Colaris. And that's pretty bad for the Terran that's gone mainly Marines here, so this is going to be a little bit dicey.
What a game by EffOrt, and now just, I mean, killing off this Starport again, it's like the nail in the coffin if Dream cannot find a way to do damage. Look, I mean, EffOrt behind all of this, he's like, I'll take a base here, I'll take a base there, I don't really care too much anymore.
Well, Dream's going to get onto the other side of the map. There's so many mutas here, he's got this drop, but it's just not enough.
I mean, he has... Okay, it's 21 Mutalisks against 38 Marines. I thought the numbers might have been a little bit more off than that, but what Marauders? Where is a Marauder? I see none.
There was one, but I think the mutas killed him.
Oh, poor little fella.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's just Marines and Mines on the map here. And, you know, the Ultralisk generally spells doom for the player that only has Marines and Mines. But, you know...
It's not even just Ultralisk. He's got 7 Infestors as well behind it.
Yeah.
He's just, like, hasn't revealed. He's like, okay, this is phase 2 of my plan, these, like, Mutalisk mid-game and stuff like that. Phase 3 comes along when you think that, oh, haha, you've killed all my Mutalisks, you have some hope. Here's my extra wave of absolute death.
Yeah, actually, he could literally suicide these Mutas and still win, because he's going to have this hugely upgraded ground army here. He's getting the air attack though, so he's not going to suicide the Mutas. Obviously, he's got enough supply to be able to make some more.
Oh, hello.
And yeah, Dream's going to have his heart sink a little bit after he saw that unit appear, and obviously married up with the Infestor as well. It's going to take Marco out of the equation. Oh,
bye-bye. All right, so 4 more Ultralisks for goodwill, as it's just too much of an army. I mean,
oh, it's so powerful, man. It's hard to imagine how Dream can come back from here, but we'll just wait and see what happens. So there's needs to split now. There's Infestarian going down here to deal with the Mines.
Ooh. And well, that missile turret's actually quite nicely placed to zone. Oh, but good fungal growth
spread, and these Ultralisks destroy that Marine concave.
Bye-bye Marines and bye-bye front wall as these Ultralisks completely bulldoze this natural.
I dare say bye-bye Dream as well. This is probably curtains for him. He is 110 supply down, and EffOrt is just knocking on his front door in the most horrific and aggressive way possible.
If an Ultralisk knocked on my front door like that, and hey, March of the Queens.
I'd probably move country.
I would, well, you already live in the most dangerous country anyway.
Yeah,
so
man, I mean, that Ultralisk, that's a small bug.
If Ultralisks live anywhere, it will be in Australia. GG, ladies and gentlemen.
GG indeed. Amazing game there from EffOrt, getting that 2-1 victory over Dream. That's no small feat either, defeating Dream in ZVT. He's an amazing TVZ. So.
That was a really cool series. I was enjoying that a lot,
very nice.
Even if we went off on slight tangents.
I mean, from here and here, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure we had an amazing game and amazing players. Dream obviously feeling a little bit dejected there, as one would after a long series like that. Very, very, I mean, you put a lot of gusto. I nearly said effort, but you put a lot of gusto into that.
He did. But now, I mean, he can sit in the booth and stay there and sit in the lovely air conditioning and now get prepared to play against his next opponent, which will be Avenge? Yes? To decide who goes into Group A to take Hook's spot, who was unable to attend.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there for the Canadian Protoss not to come down, but that's okay.
I like how we hold American qualifiers and it's both Canadians that qualify. They do well for themselves.
Yeah. Scarlet's pretty good at StarCraft, Huck as well.
So I'm told.
Yeah.
They do all right for themselves.
The word on the street, the rumor around town.
All right, so that series will be coming up in just a little bit with Todd and a guest caster.
Yes, Blisk.
Mr. Blisk.
Unfortunately getting dismissed pretty quickly from Intel Extreme Masters, but he's got a bit of casting experience under his belt. He's actually a very knowledgeable Protoss. So.
He's eager to cast indeed. So guys, that's going to do it from us for today at least. We'll hand you over to the very capable hands of Red Eye.
Thanks very much, gents. Yes, with the winner, congratulations through the round of 16. Fantastic play, really, really fantastic. I know the crowd enjoyed that as well. I got to ask you, I suppose, you lost 2-0 earlier on today against the same player. What was the difference for you? What did you do that was so different in your mind when you went into this match?
이전에 이제 승자 대진표에서 한번 2대0으로 졌었는데 드림 선수한테 이번엔 뭐가 달라서 이렇게 이길 수 있었는지.
일단 졌던 맵에 대한 두려움을 떨쳐내기 위해서 이제 졌던 맵을 제거했고요. 그리고 한번 해보니까 드림 선수 스타일 파악이 돼서 이제 제가 약간 그 스타일에 변형해서 이제 플레이했던 게 주요했던 것 같아요.
Yeah, first of all, I vetoed out the maps I lost in the previous series, and I also analyzed his playstyle, so it was easier in the second time.
Okay, when it went to 1-1 and then you were in that third map was very competitive. Both of you looked very good at certain points in that map. What turned the game for you in map 3?
이제 마지막 맵에서 엄청 치열한 싸움 끝에 이제 이기셨는데 어떤 시점에서 이제 내가 이겼다 그런 걸 좀 느낄 수 있었는지.
오랜만에 게임하면서 느꼈던 건데요. 게임하는 내내 이제 거의 이제 모든 사람들이 이제 거의 승기 저 사람이 잡았구나 이제 그런 생각이 들 때까지 그런 상황이 될 때까지 저도 제가 이길지 몰랐고 이렇게 치열한 접전 끝에 이겨서 더욱더 기분이 좋은 것 같습니다.
Well, for me personally, I didn't really realize it in the game when I really thought I would win. So I just did my best and hope that I won.
Okay, a bit of hope is always good as well. Congratulations, you are through the round 16 and we'll see you again tomorrow. So once more, EffOrt, fantastic effort from the Zerg player, and he will be playing in the round of 16. We've still got one more spot to come though, and our final game of the day will be the 5th place playoff match, which will feature the man that he's just beaten, Dream, going head to head with Avenge. We'll be back very shortly.